Hi, everyone. Welcome to our release kickoff for GitLab Milestone 16.9. My name is Omar Fernandez, and I'm the product leader here at GitLab for our fulfillment section. I'll be your host for today's live stream. I'm joined today by some of the members of our awesome product team. They are, in order in which they'll be presenting, Melissa Ushakov, who will provide updates for our dev section. Jackie Porter will provide updates for the CI and CD section. Torsten Lins will be providing updates for our data science section. Roger Wu will provide updates for our core platform section, and Sam White will be providing updates for our sec section. We are focused on delivering value iteratively with a focus on our fiscal year 24 product investment themes. Our themes are build a world-class DevSecOps experience that includes first-class usability, additional collaboration capabilities, and AI-assisted workflows. Provide advanced security and compliance, adding depth to our ultimate offering, bringing software supply chain security to the forefront of software development. Bring observability, analytics, and feedback into our DevSecOps platform, empowering organizations to close the software development lifecycle loop with user data. And finally, GitLab for Data Science enables data scientists and data engineers into the DevSecOps platform, giving them the ability to benefit from all the value DevOps offers today, including collaboration, reproducibility, and streamlined deployments into production. Before I hand it over to Melissa, we have a short public service announcement. On this live stream, we will be discussing our product roadmap, which includes upcoming features and functionality. It is important to note that the information presented is for informational purposes only. Please do not rely on this information for purchasing or planning purposes. We plan ambitiously here at GitLab, and all details discussed on this live stream are subject to change. The timing of any product, feature, and functionality releases remain at the sole discretion of GitLab. And with that, I will hand it over to Melissa to kick things off.
Hello, everyone. I am going to be representing the dev section, and we've got lots of stuff planned around the security and compliance, world-class DevSecOps, and observability, analytics, and feedback themes. I'll start with advanced security and compliance. So I'm excited to say that we are going to be releasing a new access-controlled method for GitLab.com for Git, which is going to be via SSH certificate. So the reason why this is highly powerful is because in GitLab.com, the authentication methods for Git rely on a user. And with SSH certificates, this can be configured at the group level, which gives admins more control over who can access, having it all be centralized. And in case there is some things that need to be expired or rotated or certificates are exposed, admins for the group can do that in a centralized way and not depend on notifying every user to take an action. And in addition to being able to control access through the SSH certificate, you can also sign commits with the SSH certificate, which gives greater assurance to the origin of a commit and making sure that it's good access. Now moving on to the world-class DevSecOps experience. We have a usability change that's going to improve efficiency for developers, which is automatically merging when merge checks pass. So think of this like the current feature that we have, which is when pipelines pass, but it's extended to cover more checks. So you can get an idea of how complex this can be. These are some examples of all the different checks that can be on a merge request. And now instead of waiting for each of them to pass to click the button to merge, GitLab can just do it for you, which is, a good efficiency gain. The other change that we're making around efficiency and visibility is the ability to signal when changes are requested on a merge request in order to merge. Today we have approve or reject, but there's not anything in the middle, right, where it's like, I need you to do a few things and then I'll approve it. So now you'll be able to signal this in the MR to have more clarity on what the status is. And lastly, the team will be looking at creating an AI summary of a merge request. So because we know everything that's changed, we can let AI write a nice little description for you. You can see an example of what this will look like, and we're going to do it in a way that the user could tweak the description after it's been written. So in case, AI is not 100% correct, you still get the efficiency gains, but you can add things to it or change it as needed. Now moving on to observability, analytics, and feedback. We are adding a merge time metric to the value stream dashboard. This allows you to see how long merge requests are taking from the time they're created to the time they're merged. So you can see if there's efficiency gains that can be gained through your development or review process. Because this is in value stream dashboard, you can trend it over time. You can compare different groups and projects in a single view, and you can view it alongside the other metrics that are in value stream dashboard to get a full picture of your organization health. The other thing that we're adding is to value stream analytics. So we have an event today, which is when an issue is added to a milestone. And we're adding a new event that's very similar, which is when an issue is adding to an iteration. So what this helps you do is to measure the time from when an issue is planned to when work begins. And this can give you a signal of, how long your planning is taking, or if teams are not being agile enough and they're adding issues to an iteration, months out. This was an event, this was highly requested by customers, so I'm excited to make this available. And that is it for the dev section. I'll hand it over to Jackie.
Hello, my name is Jackie. I'll be kicking off the CI/CD section monthly kickoff here. These sections support developers and platform engineers to effectively complete their automation, configuration, and operation tasks in GitLab after their code has been submitted. The 3 stages within this section are verify, package, and deploy, which includes the environments group. And we have a few investments planned in 60.9 that we're really excited about. The core theme that we're going to be building against this release is world-class DevSecOps experience, where we have several teams making some incredible improvements. First up is the deploy group adding a dedicated page for deployment approvals. This will improve the experience by making sure that they're reducing in friction between approvers of releases and the people who need access to approved release contents materials. The possibilities of linking these approvals are endless and truly show the value of GitLab as the one DevSecOps platform. You can take these approved materials and add them to Slack, emails, and other release assets, which is a really exciting proposition for those release managers out there. Secondly, the package team is working on the container registry work by driving developer efficiency and expanding the container registry API for listing repository tags. So this means developers will be able to validate and find container images quickly. Some of the API work that they'll be expanding will be listing different tag fields, metadata fields, repository tag data, including sorting and pagination, which will just, again, help drive efficiency so that when developers are looking for different container images, they're able to find what they're looking for very quickly. It's going to be an exciting improvement from the container registry area. Next up, the CI/CD catalog is a critical piece of our CI strategy. And it's not just for making the lives of developers easier by making components discoverable, but it's also for making organizations able to share best practices across their projects and groups. And in this release, the pipeline authoring group is going to be hard at work making their beta ready for GA. A part of this is going to be able to sort components by GitLab maintained components. They're going to be adding badges for those and adding sorting capabilities. Next up, we're going to be supporting the functionality of semantic versioning for these catalog resources. When we look at a request from a developer or an organization for a particular catalog resource, they want to be able to update that catalog resource and attach a particular version to that so they know when somebody's updated that or refreshed it and they want to use and keep that particular version anchored in their catalog, or they want to use a prior version before they release new updated versions. So semantic version allows them to track what versions are currently released and what new versions are going to be released. So we want to be able to support this functionality in our catalog and component resources. So this will be a very exciting functionality to support in our catalog. Next up, we're going to be expanding functionality with input catalog resources. So this will be making, again, CI resources more flexible. We'll be supporting arrays. So other parts of our syntax support arrays will be making inputs on parity with other syntax functionality this release. The CI/CD catalog will also be complemented by some work that we're doing by our runner SaaS group related to CI steps. So CI steps is another syntax functionality that we're considering to be our GitHub Actions compatibility syntax. This release will be adding support for script to make this configuration as easy as possible to use within your YAML file. The runner SaaS team is also going to be busy at work for supporting Amazon machine images within our hosted runners on dedicated. So this will allow easier discoverability and setup of hosted dedicated runners, really supporting that next step for dedicated. A second theme that we're going to be supporting is advanced security and compliance. In this domain, our verify stage and pipeline security team is going to be working toward enabling defaults related to CI job token ahead of the 17.0 release. The biggest functionality that we're going to be laying down the foundation for is an API solution to enable customers to add groups to a project's allow list. So this will enable customers to quickly and programmatically populate the allow list via automation. So it'll also lift a 200 project limit, so people can add projects and groups to that allow list, which was a prior blocker for the CI job token allow list. And this is not a comprehensive list of things that we're working on in the CI/CD section, so I definitely recommend checking out the direction pages and what we're working on. So take a look at the kickoff videos if you're interested in learning more. That wraps it up for CI/CD. I'll pass it over to Torsten, who will cover data science.
Thanks a lot, Jackie. Yeah, I'm going to cover the data science section. So the data science section consists of the AI framework team and the Duo chat team. They're going to start preparing the general availability and release of Duo chat to contribute to the world-class DevSecOps theme. And specifically, we're going to work on things like updating to the latest LLM version of Claude. This enables us to have more concurrent requests, which will support our GA because we'll have more users, and therefore we're expecting more concurrent requests. We're also bringing the streaming to the IDE, to the web IDE, because we have seen when we brought this to the web UI that user satisfaction significantly increased when we introduced it here somewhere early September. The poor experience went really down from some values here to 0, and the good experience went up to 75%. So we're expecting a huge improvement also for the web IDE experience, the chat, yeah, so we're bringing that also to the web IDE. And certainly we will continue to work on enabling efficient development. Sorry about that, efficient development by creating a test framework that allows us to test the answers that are given by the chat. We want to add here tests for questions or answers about GitLab documentation and also code-related questions. So much about what the AI framework team is doing for preparing the chat GA release. Then let's look what we're doing in the domain of GitLab for Data Science theme. So in 16.8, we have released model registry as an experiment, which is great. And in 16.9, we want to conduct a thorough UX review to understand how that resonates with our users. And you can help us here by providing feedback. Just go to the documentation of Model Registry. There's an issue to provide feedback. We're looking forward to your feedback. Then we're also conducting a readiness review, product readiness review. And we're also starting work on features that are on our beta roadmap for Model Registry, specifically supporting semantic versioning and also allowing package files to have directories. And with that, I'm handing it over to Roger Wu, who will be talking about core platform. I think I'm handing over to Roger.
Thanks, Torsten. Yeah, let me just pull up my sharing. Here we are. Sorry. Thanks, Torsten. So hello, everybody. My name is Roger, and I'm pretty excited to share with you the work being done by the Core Platform team. So Core Platform's goal is to enable our adjacent teams to more easily and rapidly develop new features and capabilities. In this milestone, we're focusing heavily on investments to reliability and resiliency. Many of these investments are falling under the theme of a world-class DevOps experience, and we believe that our jobs done well means that everything is just a little bit more smooth. So first up, I wanted to talk to you about the global search domain. For those of you who may not have listened to our previous kickoffs, we've been working on a brand new code search capability, which will return the complete set of all matches for your queries. Now, currently, improved code search is in an opt-in closed beta on GitLab.com. In 16.9, we're specifically focused on sharding and replication improvements. This will improve GitLab.com's ability to handle more code searches at scale in preparation for our next target, bringing improved code search to open beta on GitLab.com. We've also heard a lot of requests from self-managed customers for improved code search capabilities. Parity between SaaS and self-managed is an important product principle for GitLab, and we're beginning initial work towards improved code search for self-managed customers. As part of this release, we'll be building the initial groundwork to support the new code search service on self-managed, including being able to control which namespaces use the new service and control it independently of advanced Elasticsearch. We're excited to bring the new search service to all of our customers in the future. Lastly, we're shipping a number of usability improvements to the command palette, including a quick reference guide in the palette itself, which will help users discover what commands and shortcuts are available. In his opening statements, Omar spoke about GitLab's value as an integrated DevSecOps platform. And as business domains become increasingly complex, we want to make sure that this will help customers quickly navigate GitLab to find the information that they're looking for. Just before me, we heard Torsten talk about GitLab's progress towards code suggestions and GitLab chat. For self-managed customers, AI features are enabled through GitLab's Cloud Connector. In this coming milestone, the Cloud Connector team is working to improve the overall Cloud Connector framework to better extend to an even larger number of AI features. Our goal is to have all AI features available on .com readily available to self-managed, and this foundational work will allow that to happen more quickly and easily. Core Platform also has a number of investments related to the theme of backups. We know that our customers rely on GitLab as a primary source of truth for many critical workflows, and our investments here will make it easier for customers to protect against outages and data loss. Currently, we have multiple different command line interfaces and methods to trigger backups. As part of our overall work to improve backup and restore functionality, we are standardizing on one common set of commands and tooling across all deployment types to make it easier for customers to use and to simplify maintenance. We recently introduced the capability for Gitly to directly back up repositories to object storage. As a result of this, we're significantly reducing the overall time required to perform a backup. This release will be working to refresh our backup documentation for particularly large deployments to recommend this new accelerated backup capability. In the domain of Gitly, we've been working towards improving the performance of clones, as well as reducing the overall load they generate on GitLab. One way we are doing this is by bundling URIs for clones, which allows us to package up most of the clone data ahead of time and only calculate a small diff per request on the fly. In summary, this gives us higher concurrent CI jobs, and improves overall responsiveness across the system. In our tenant scale domain, GitLab is introducing organizations as the new top-level entity for customers across both self-managed and SaaS services. This will provide improved isolation as well as bringing workflows to both deployment types at the same time with reduced effort. In 16.9, we're working to build out common organization workflows, such as the creation of groups and projects within an organization. Lastly, we have an update from the import and integrations group, who have been working to improve the reliability and performance of our GitHub importer. We know that time to value is an important metric for companies onboarding to GitLab, and we're excited to invest in making migrations run faster and with less disruption so that customers can see more value from GitLab faster. This release, we're investigating opportunities to parallelize and accelerate some of these migration steps. That's all from Core Platform, folks. So I'm going to pass it off to Sam here. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you, Roger. In the section, we have our continuous vulnerability scanning recently went GA for our dependency scanning, and we're currently working to get that to GA for our container scanning as well. This is a really exciting feature that allows your software bill of materials to be continuously scanned for vulnerabilities. As new advisories are reported up to NVD, it'll automatically just be updated in the GitLab UI. Additionally, we have our DAST browser-based analyzer, and we've been working to get this ready to fully replace our proxy-based analyzer. We plan to continue that work in 16.9 towards a target of fully replacing the proxy-based analyzer in 17.0. On the secret detection side, we recently added pre-received secret detection as an experiment. We plan to further improve that during 16.9 and enhance it by adding performance optimizations, doing additional testing, and just overall improving the system design. And then for SAST, we have a large number of language-specific analyzers, and we have been working over time to consolidate these onto semgrep with GitLab managed rules. We plan to continue evaluating that and moving additional analyzers over to semgrep in 16.9. Additionally, we plan on updating our managed rule set to help those be more accurate and to provide better results for our customers. In 16.9, we plan to expand our compliance framework management interface to also add the ability to see which policies are connected to a given compliance framework. This linking allows users to easily tag projects with a specific compliance framework and then to have those policies applied out to them. And this new combined UI will make that relationship more obvious. Also, recently we launched an experiment to allow users to enforce custom CI code as a security policy. In 16.10, we plan on working to move this towards GA. Essentially, the way this works is users can come in, they can create a policy, they can structure it so that this policy can only be changed or managed by their security and compliance team. And within this, they can enforce specific stages or specific jobs to be applied. They also can enforce that these are only applied out to projects with a specific compliance framework label. So again, going back to the link between those two items, users can connect those through these policies to determine where these policies are applied out. On the user management side of things, we plan on continuing to expand our functionality within custom roles. We're working to add 2 additional custom permissions, including permissions for managing CI/CD variables and another custom permission for managing those compliance frameworks, so that users can really fine-tune the access for those individuals without over-provisioning their level of access. Also, we plan on adding the ability for users to manage these custom roles at the instance level for self-managed users. Previously, these had to be managed at the group level, which made it a little bit more difficult for instances who needed to manage them centrally. Also, on the authentication side, we plan on allowing service accounts to now have customizable usernames, email addresses, and names so that you can really customize how they show up in the UI. And additionally, for any enterprise users, we plan on allowing their user or their email to show up in their profile popover so that you can easily see that they belong to an email address that's connected with your domain and with your enterprise. Then lastly, we've been working on some features that are currently behind a feature flag. I have it enabled here in my instance. We're planning on actually shipping these in 16.9, but this includes the ability to filter your dependencies at the group and subgroup level by license and by project. This will pave the way also for us to add in additional filters in the future so that you can quickly find specific dependencies that are used across all of your projects. And then lastly, on the vulnerability report, we've added the ability, or we plan on adding the ability in 16.9 to group by the OWASP top 10. Again, this is behind a feature flag, so it's still in development, but you get a little preview here of where we're headed in that area. And with that, I'll turn it back to Omar.
Thank you, Sam. And thank you to all presenters for another great kickoff call. There are so many great things coming. Lots of things were presented today. So to wrap us up, I'll highlight a few items that you heard about today. Melissa Ushakov from our dev section spoke about adding support for Git access control via SSA certificates for GitLab.com, which will give organizations greater control over access to their organization's IP. Melissa also covered the automatically merge when merge checks pass enhancement, which will improve developer efficiency and is a highly requested feature. So no more waiting around to just click buttons manually. Jackie Porter from our CI/CD section highlighted CI/CD catalog badges, sorting and semantic versioning, as well as our dedicated page for deployment approvals. For data science, Torsten Lins talked to us about starting the work to prepare for the GA release of Duo Chat and working on beta features for Model Registry that were launched as an experiment in 16.8. From core platforms, Roger will update us on the command palette usability improvements to quickly navigate and search GitLab, as well as easier backups by standardizing tooling and processes across all GitLab deployment options. And finally, Sam White from our SEC section discussed how continuous vulnerability scanning for container scanning is planned to go to GA, and how we're preparing to move 2 experiments, security policy scopes and pipeline execution action for scan execution policies, into GA. Please check out the release kickoff page for a full list of items, and please like and comment on issues to engage with our team. I was only able to touch on a small portion of what we are doing to make GitLab more usable. Thank you everyone for watching and joining this release kickoff, and have a great rest of your day.